It's pick 75 and you have 0 point guards. How can we
overcome such a deficit?
Well, by watching this video.
Step on the court where the legends are made. Fantasy dreams where the stats get paid. Barack Lesnar
Barack Lesnar Hoops Fantasy Basketball.
When it comes to fantasy basketball, no one,
and I do mean no one,
offers counsel like Mr. Lesnar. His projections, his waiver wire gem.
Yo, this is Barack Lesnar of Barack Lesnar Hoops. And in today's video, we are going to discuss the point guards that you can target with an ADP of 75 or lower. Before we get started, do me a favor and smash that like button for me. Subscribe if you have not yet. And click that bell notification so you can be alerted when these videos drop. So I did put together a resource for you that is going to go over players that I think are going really low, but can really help your team. And first on that list is Andrew Nembhard, point guard, shooting guard eligible player for the Indiana Pacers. And something that I've done, I've actually added the playoff schedule for all of these players. And if you see the key right here, playoff option 1 is for March 2nd to March 22nd, so weeks 19 to 21. Option 2 is for March 9th through March 29th, weeks 20 to 22. And option 3 is March 16th to April 5th, weeks 21 to 23. Those are the most common schedules you're going to find. And this key right here is going to show you, for example, in option 1, Andrew Nembhard gets you 10 games played, 11 games played in option 2, and 10 games played in option 3. So Andrew Nembhard, why do I like Andrew Nembhard? I think he has potential elite value. He's going to have a starting role, and the guard rotation right now on the Indiana Pacers is very injured. TJ McConnell, we learned, is going to be missing at least the first 10 games of the season, which means Andrew Nembhard all of a sudden has no real competition, 4 minutes at all. Tyrese Halliburton likely out for the season. I really like Andrew Nembhard because he has an elite assist to turnover ratio. Got you 5 assists to only 1.7 turnovers. That's the sort of ratio that I love. Over 1 steal per game. 45% from the field is decent. 79% from the free throw line, lower than I like for my guards, but also nothing that's going to kill me. 0.8 3-pointers made. With more minutes, we could see that creep up closer to 1.5 per game. That's the minimum I want from one of my point guards. But that assist to turnover ratio, the opportunity ahead of him, it makes too much sense to grab him when he has a diamond tier ADP of 77. Anfernee Simons, now with the Boston Celtics, point guard, shooting guard eligible, played 70 games last season and played about 33 minutes per game. And he might have the opportunity to play a lot of minutes this season as well. With the injury to Jason Tatum, they're going to need all the offense they can get, and he's probably their second best offensive option now after Jaylen Brown. So what is the good that you get with Anfernee Simons? Elite free throw percentage, gets you a ton of threes. He has the potential of being a 20-plus point per game scorer. He can get you decent assists. The turnovers, 2 to 4.8 assists. I like that assist to turnover ratio. Isn't going to get you many defensive stats. You see combined, he gets you 1 stock. So not something that I really like. The field goal percentage at 42%. Don't love that either. But since he's getting me that many 3-pointers, it's too hard to be upset at him for that. And on a Boston Celtics team that has better options than he's typically played with, we might see his field goal percentage creep up a little bit. If we can get that closer to 44 to 45% where it's not hurting you, that would raise his value significantly. I would never expect many rebounds from him. Hopefully he can control the turnovers and get those turnovers lower. That would be nice to see. Not expecting steals and blocks from him. Overall, though, with an ADP of 90.3, if you're heading towards pick 100 and need a player that has a pretty high floor but upside as well, Anfernee Simons might be your guy. So some potential mid-round steals. Now, keep in mind, none of these players are perfect, and there is risk with all of them. That's why their ADP is so low. But you have to make these gambles. If you don't make these gambles, then you'll never find out who the home runs are. CJ McCollum was traded to the Washington Wizards, and the Washington Wizards have a very strong playoff schedule, regardless of which option you go with. They're playing 12 games, 11 games, and 12 games. So what I'm saying is, load up on Washington Wizards. CJ McCollum tends to be injury prone, only played 56 games last season. When he does play, he plays a lot of minutes. They'll play 33 minutes per game. Gave you 44% from the field, 71% from the free throw line. That's lower than his career averages. Didn't like how low that was. I like my guards to help my free throw percentage, but he got you over 3 3-pointers made, 21.1 points, 3.8 rebounds, 4.1 assists, 0.8 steals, 0.4 blocks, 1.9 turnovers, so a decent assist to turnover ratio. Will they be playing him, though? That's the big question mark. The Wizards probably aren't going to be great. They have a lot of young players, including one at the end of this list, so keep watching. Will he get the minutes to be competitive? Will he be traded to a worse situation? It's hard to tell, but his production when given minutes is high enough that you kind of want to take that gamble. And if they end up being more competitive than people thought, and he manages to play during your fantasy basketball playoffs with this sort of schedule, and he manages to be healthy, that's a lot of ifs for sure. But again, that's what makes him a sleeper. It's not a sure thing. Jalen Suggs also on a team with a strong schedule with 11 games, and 12 games. Point guard for the Orlando Magic. Field goal percentage, not great at only 41%. Free throw percentage, 88% is incredible. 2.2 threes, love that. 16.2 points, 4 rebounds, 3.7 assists with 1.5 steals, 0.9 blocks. That steals and blocks combination from a point guard, very enticing. That playoff schedule, very enticing. 2.9 turnovers to only 3.7 assists. Don't love that assist to turnover ratio, but again, these guys are going to have holes. That's why they fall into the position they're in. Also, Desmond Bane is now on the Orlando Magic, and we don't know how that's going to impact Jalen Suggs, but my guess is they actually pair very well together. I think Jalen Suggs is going to be in for a great season if he can manage to stay healthy. As you can see, he only played 35 games last season. So if he can manage to stay healthy, get enough minutes, I think he has huge sleeper potential at an ADP of 106.7. D'Angelo Russell now on the Dallas Mavericks, played 58 games last season, only shot 39% from the field, 83% from the free throw line, which is nice, but that 39% from the field is atrocious. 2 3-pointers made, 12.6 points, 2.8 rebounds, 5.1 assists with 1 steal, 0.4 blocks, 1.9 turnover. Now, if you grab him, he might really hurt your field goal percentage, which has been trending down for years, but he has a decent assist to turnover ratio and a lot of opportunity due to the injury to Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving, if he does return this season, it probably won't be till around the All-Star break, which gives D'Angelo Russell a lot of usage, a lot of minutes, and he's playing with Anthony Davis, a player he's very familiar with. He has a few weapons around him like Cooper Flagg, PJ Washington. There's a lot of talent on that Dallas Mavericks team, and he's a decent point guard. He's decent at creating plays for others, and with nice pieces around him, we could see him beat the at-draft position of only 111.7. He might be a good handcuff if you grab Kyrie and you also grab D'Angelo Russell, and if D'Angelo Russell falls off with the return of Kyrie, then you get rid of D'Angelo Russell, and now you have Kyrie Irving in that position, soaking up the usage and making better use of it. Just something to consider. Kevin Porter Jr. on my Milwaukee Bucks now has a starting role, ADP of 113.1. Last season played 75 games, only played 19.8 minutes per game. So keep that in mind when we go over these stats. He got you double-digit scoring in limited minutes, 3.7 rebounds, 3.4 assists, 1.1 steals, 0.2 blocks, 1.8 turnovers, 1.1 steals in 20 minutes per game. I love to see that. The free throw percentage is about average, lower than I want from one of my guards. Not a whole lot of threes, but again, he only played 19 minutes per game. What's different now is that because the Bucks no longer have Damian Lillard, Kevin Porter Jr. is very likely to be the starting point guard. Actually, I'm pretty sure he is the starting point guard for the Milwaukee Bucks now. So we might see him get 30 minutes per game. And in 30 minutes per game, these numbers are going to look a whole lot nicer. And with pieces around him like Giannis Antetokounmpo, I like his chances to produce above his current at-draft position, which is 113 in Diamond Leagues. Reed Sheppard, another young player with some opportunity ahead of him because of injury. Fred VanVleet tore his ACL about a month ago. Reed Sheppard is likely going to get the keys to an offense that now includes Kevin Durant. So he only played limited minutes last season. His rookie year played 52 games, 12.6 minutes. But if you look here, the Rockets have a very enticing schedule with 11, 11, and 12 if you're playing during those weeks, 21, 22, and 23. Very enticing indeed. Field goal percentage of 35%. Want to see that improve, and I think we could see that improve. He's now had a season of NBA experience under his belt. Free throw percentage of 81% is fine. 0.8 3-pointers made in only 12 minutes per game per 36. You are looking at 2+ threes per game. I'll take that. 4.4 points. If you triple that, triple the rebounds, triple the assists. I like his production if he's able to get 30+ minutes per game. You add a leap in experience as well, so you might be projecting even better numbers than that. 115 ADP in Diamond Tier leagues, and I've been targeting him right around that area because his upside is tremendous. Jrue Holiday is now with the Portland Trail Blazers, point guard, shooting guard eligible. Only played 62 games last season, gave you almost 31 minutes per game. Jrue Holiday is one of my favorite players. His field goal percentage, 44%, above average. Elite free throw percentage, and that used to be a category he was average at. So love seeing that free throw percentage. 1.7 threes per game, acceptable. 11.1 points per game, 4.3 rebounds, 3.9 assists, 1.1 steals, 0.4 blocks, 1.2 turnovers. decent assist to turnover ratio, decent steals numbers, love the free throw percentage, and he might get way more minutes and usage than he was, maybe not more minutes, but he should get more usage and be a higher option on the Blazers than he was when he was with the Celtics, which means we might see an uptick in these numbers. At an ADP of 118.6, if you need a third point guard to add to your rotation with some upside, he is getting up there in age, but I still think he can help you this season. So some deep league gems that I think you can target are Stephon Castle, ADP of 120.1. His rookie season was last year, played 81 games, played almost 27 minutes per game. The field goal percentage and the free throw percentage, not great, 42% from the field, 72% from the free throw line, definitely lower than I like with my percentages. 1.2 three-pointers made, 14.7 points, 3.7 rebounds, 4.1 assists, 0.9 steals, 0.3 blocks, 2.2 turnovers per game. So decent assist to turnover ratio. The steals numbers, decent. It really projects well. The field goal and the free throw percentage, lower than I want him, but it was his rookie season, so we might just see natural improvement there. Now, the issue is Dylan Harper is now with the Spurs. You also have Devin Vassell. You have a lot of players competing for similar positions and similar minutes. Will he be the odd man out? I don't think so. I think he's a part of their future, and they're going to find a way to involve all of them. And if any team can take a six-man and make him productive, it is the San Antonio Spurs. So Stephon Castle at an ADP of 120.1. If you want some upside and you want to gamble on his development, he might be a good target for you. Donte DiVincenzo is a player I picked up in my own draft. You can see that video. I uploaded it yesterday in my money league where I picked from number 10. Donte DiVincenzo was one of my targets late in the draft, ADP of 123.2. Only shot 42% from the field, 77% from the free throw line. Lower than I like, but 2.8 threes in only 25 minutes per game shows you his long-range potential. 11.7 points, 3.7 rebounds, 3.6 assists, 1.2 steals, 0.3 blocks, only 1.6 turnovers. I love 1.6 turnovers to 3.6 assists. I love the number of threes and the fact that he does that in only 25 minutes per game. If he managed to get 30-plus minutes per game, suddenly those steals are above 1.5. You're getting above 3 3-pointers made per game. You're getting double-digit scoring. You're getting 4+ assists per game, and you're probably keeping the turnovers around 2 at most. I really love Donte DiVincenzo as a sleeper this season, and I find that usually he ends up outproducing where people draft him, and that's been the case for a few seasons. I think last year in Minnesota, he kind of lost his bearings, but I expect a stronger year from him this season. Kyrie Irving has an ADP of 130.6 in Diamond Tier leagues. When healthy, and these are his stats from last season, gave you 47% from the field, 91% from the free throw line, 2.9 threes, almost 25 points per game, 4.8 rebounds, 4.6 assists, 1.3 steals, 0.5 blocks, 2.2 turnover. Now, Kyrie tore his ACL and is likely going to be out until the All-Star break if he comes back this season at all. But that upside is why you gamble picking him up at an ADP of 130.6. Because the thing is, if he were healthy, you'd have to use a top 25 pick on him. But if you pick him up now and you have IL in your league, you could throw him in there. You'll have to manage injuries all season because he'll essentially kill that IL spot for you. But the gamble you're making is that if you get him back towards the end of the season, his production is going to be so much better than an ADP of 130.6. And then with smart streaming, smart moves, you make it to the fantasy basketball playoff. And hopefully he's healthy then for you to unleash on your opponent. TJ McConnell has an ADP of 133.5. And unfortunately, he will be missing the first 10 games of the season, approximately, maybe more. But the first 10 games, whatever, man. After that, he comes back to an Indiana Pacers team with a point guard rotation that's depleted right now, which means he can play his way into 25 minutes per game. That's all we really need, because look what he did in 17 minutes per game. First of all, his efficiency is great. Shot 52% from the field. Free throw percentage, 74%. Way lower than I want from my point guard, but nothing that you can overcome because he doesn't have great volume. 0.2 three-pointers made, another area he's not going to help you. 9.1 points, 2.4 rebounds, 4.4 assists, and only 17.9 minutes per game. If he manages to get 25 points per game, you're now looking at 6+ or more assists per game. 1.1 steals in that limited minutes. If he were to play 30+ minutes per game, now you're looking at a guy that can get you close to 2 steals per game. Can get you over half a block per game. I'll take that. And again, the assist to turnover ratio is nice. So if you have the IL plus, you can take him with your last pick, throw him in that IL. And when he comes back, he should get enough minutes to be a very serviceable 4th or 5th point guard for you on your team. Davion Mitchell is next on my list with an ADP in Diamond Tier leagues of 143.8. Combined between his two teams last season, he shot 46% from the field, only 69% from the free throw line, so much lower than I like from my guards. But 1.1 threes, 7.9 points per game, 2.3 rebounds, 4.9 assists, 1 steal, 0.2 blocks, 1.7 turnovers. So again, another guy with a nice assist to turnover ratio on a Miami Heat team where he could have the largest role he's had of his career. When he went to the Heat last season, he played pretty well. He played much better than he did with Toronto, but he also had more minutes than he had with Toronto. And not only that, you have Tyler Hero, who had surgery on his ankle, I believe, and should be missing a significant amount of time. Keon Ellis helped me win a few championships last season because not only does Sacramento have a very strong playoff schedule, but this guy was getting me a ton of threes and was getting me a ton of steals while also getting me a decent amount of blocks. He was one of my favorite streamers because he also had a high field goal percentage, high free throw percentage. Wasn't much of a scorer, didn't get me any rebounds, didn't get me many assists, but he kept the turnover so low. This is one of those guys that fits my Barack Lesnar Hoops format, framework, and philosophy so well. Tre Jones, I think he has huge sleeper potential with the Chicago Bulls, point guard, shooting guard eligible. Played 46 games last season, started with the Spurs, was then traded to the Bulls. Minutes per game was only 19.7, but in those minutes per game, he got you 4.2 assists to 0.8 turnovers, elite assist to turnover ratio, field goal percentage 53%, free throw percentage 82%. What I'm telling you with these guys, man, they fit my format beautifully. Not much of a scorer, not much of a rebounder. The assist in limited minutes, very nice. If he can play his way to 25 minutes per game, is it possible? And the last guy on my list is Bub Carrington. Bub Carrington, again, on that Washington Wizards team with an amazing playoff schedule of 12, 11, and 12. Field goal percentage was really low, but nice free throw percentage, got you close to 2 3-pointers made per game. 9.8 points, 4.2 rebounds, 4.4 assists, 0.7 steals, 0.3 blocks, only 1.7 turnovers. Again, another player really late with an incredible assist to turnover ratio. The upside is there. Second-year player on a Wizards team that's probably not going to be very good. Will he be impacted by the fact that now they have CJ McCollum? I think developing Bub Carrington is important to them, and hopefully he continues getting minutes. He got 30 minutes per game his rookie season. To me, that indicates a team that believes in him and his long-term development. With my list, are there any point guards I missed? Are there any point guards I added that you think I shouldn't have added? Let me know in the comment. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to Barack Lesnar Hoops. Smash that like button for me and share it with your friends. It's such a flex to give this information and still beat somebody. Until next time, this is Barack Lesnar of Barack Lesnar Hoops. Take care.
Lesnar crosses midcourt. He might be heating up. He's on fire. Hook shakalaka. What a slam. The experts lead by 8.
Subscribe for more.